Hello everyone, VHS recording studio here. Today I got a camcorder that I want to do a video on. This is an RCA CC547 full-size VHS camcorder. It is manufactured in January of 1995. So if we look on the top here, we have the control buttons, review, display, which shows the on-screen indications and such, reset, which resets the time counter, the tape counter and such, date and time, which shows the date and time obviously, titler, which shows the titles and such, switch for off, camera mode and VCR mode, audio video dubbing, playback controls, rewind, play, fast forward, stop and eject. Down here in the bottom left near the lens we have auto and manual focus buttons, a fader button, instant zoom button, digital zoom, and a switch for the video light. Turn it to auto, off, or on. And underneath this little plastic flap here we have audio and video inputs as well as outputs depending on what this little switch up here is on. On the front of the camcorder, we have a video light, which can be controlled by the aforementioned switch, a mesh microphone, the viewfinder, and the lens, which is currently covered by this lens cap. On the side here, we have not much of anything except a little window there to see the tape advancing and rewinding and such. Over here we have information about the light and such, as well as the date of manufacture, January of 1995, and we have zoom controls as well as the record button. On the back we have where the battery would go, as well as some manufacturing information such as the model number and the serial number, how to attach the battery and such. There's also a rubber handle on the top here, which I try not to use so it doesn't break, because you know how rubber is, it tends to break with age and such. And on the bottom, there's not really much of anything except some warning information over here, caution information, as well as a little mount for a tripod and such. I've now attached the OEM battery to the back of the camcorder, which I bought from batterykings.com. Still holds a good charge even after several months of having it. I will now adjust the viewfinder, which just turns at a 90-degree angle, turns 180 degrees, and as you can see right here, it has the color viewfinder logo on it, which obviously means you can see in color through the viewfinder as opposed to just black and white on a bunch of other camcorders from earlier years. I will now turn the camera on into camera mode like this. As you can see here, I took the lens cap off. It's hard to see. Here's what it looks like on the inside of the viewfinder. Just turn the light on over here. Kind of hard to, a little awkward doing this with one hand and such. I will now turn the video light on into on. As you can see, that's very bright, very intense brightness. So I'll open up the tape door. Here's what it looks like. Here's the inside. You can see the head drums and the pinch rollers and such. And I will now insert a tape inside of it. A little awkward doing this. Alright. Look at that. Make sure it's closed nice and firm. So that's the basic physical overview of the RCA CC547 full-size VHS camcorder. Now let's do some test recordings. Okay, so here is what the recording quality of the RCA CC547 full-size VHS camcorder looks like. Zoom in. Forgot to mention it has 24x zoom. Zoom out. There's one of the fader options right there. There's another video transition. And there's another transition of zooming out or zooming in with the fader. Here it is with digital zoom. You can see it's really close. Here's a letterbox, 16 by 9. Now I'm out here at night, overlooking the balcony of my apartment complex. Let's turn the video light on. Turn it back off. And there you have it, the RCA CC547 full-size VHS camcorder. I would have shown the date and time functions as well as the Tyler functions, but the camera ended up resetting by the time I put the new battery on. But if you really want to see what they look like, I highly recommend checking out the Maritime Girls video on an RCA CC413 VHS camcorder that she got from her late grandfather, as well as Gilbert Arciniaga's video on his RCA CC436 VHS camcorder from 1996. Thank you for watching, and take care.